You know, I may have lost the right to be your mother, but I'm not going to let that monster take advantage of you or anybody else.
Well, obviously, you don't know everything there is to know about Carl.
That you could be wrong about.
He was there when I needed him. Where were you?
What, for survival, Lorna? Is that what it is? Remember me? I lived on Gold Street. I think I can fill in these blanks.
Well, if we both know about it, then why are we talking about it?
Why don't I just run through this scenario? And if you want to stop me if I'm wrong, you can.
Go right ahead.
You spent your whole life being different. From your parents, from everybody you knew. You loved your grandmother. But if she ever knew who the real Lorna was, she probably wouldn't love you either. And your parents died at the most vulnerable time of your life, when you were just becoming a woman.
Well, you're gonna call this one, Felicia, the tempest of her soul.
You blamed yourself for their deaths, didn't you? And you weren't even there. But boy, you hated yourself for being the one that survived. Your grandmother was devastated, and you were just a kid. So you couldn't help her, so what did you do? You took off. You hit those streets running. And you thought to yourself, oh, there must be a place for me. But it was lousy out there, wasn't it? It was cold. It was mean. It was frightening. And then Carl Hutchins, with his sleazy elegance, picked you up off those streets and gave you all the comforts of home. Gave you 3 meals a day and a nice warm bed. His.
No. No. It wasn't like that, Felicia. Not at first. I mean, yes, he took me in, and yes, he taught me things. But not those things. Not then.
He never seduced you?
He was good to me, Felicia. He was better to me than... he was more of a father to me than the man who raised me. He told me I was special. He told me I was beautiful. That I was worth something, that I could give something. And that once the world got a load of me, ooh, I wouldn't even need him anymore.
Didn't turn out quite that way, did it? It was just bait.
Well, stupid, silly me, because I believed him. I felt like I could do anything. Carl said I needed to meet the right people, so he introduced me. I got caught up in that life, Felicia. I did anything that they told me to do just so I could make it.
Like what? Can you give me an example?
I did a really stupid thing. I had these pictures taken. They said that they would help. They said that they would get me where I wanted to go. I didn't know any better. I mean, they were friends of Carl's. I thought it was okay. Carl said so. A little while after that, I figured out I didn't need Carl anymore. I had made it. So I left. Carl let me go without a fight. I took that to mean as though he had confidence in me.
Did he?
I made it on my own, the business world, didn't I? Mostly on nerve and brass.
Talent, brains.
Of course, you couldn't have an untalented, dumb kid now, could you, Felicia?
Huh.
Yeah, I made it. And I was good. I made it in a business where all most women do, is get coffee for the guys who run the shots and become their groupies. In a couple of years, I was making mega deals with bands for different labels.
Where was Carl during that time?
Doing his own thing. Keeping tabs on me. And I didn't know it until he...
Until he came back.
And he brought the pictures with him.
What did he do to you, Lorna?
Did either of you see anyone else on the scene other than Rick and Ryan?
No.
Nobody lurking in the shadows?
Nobody.
No, I just remember Ryan shouted that Carl Hutchins was here, and next thing I knew, Dean pushed me down, and he threw himself on top of me.
ME's here, Captain.
Hey, Lenny, would you show Dr. Halsey what we have? Would you? I want to talk to Ryan again. Ryan?
Captain, if you bring Hutchins in here for his alibi, I can personally guarantee that it's going to be bogus.
You think nobody remembers that you and Carl Hutchins hate each other's guts, Ryan? You've been throwing around threats since he hit Bay City last time.
Yeah, well, so has he. Now, if we get a move on, we can still catch him.
Chill, Harrison. Because you're not so sure that it was Hutchins you saw in the shadows. And then my bet is you can't even come up with a good reason why he would want the cheap hood ice.
Yeah, well, we'll figure that out. I mean, Hutchins always has a reason,
Cut
doesn't he?
with the wheat stuff. Show me your hands, Ryan.
Oh, what, do you want to cuff me?
I want to look at them. Show me your hands. Blowback from pistol shot. Paraffin test would probably show grains of gunpowder.
Yeah, sure they will, Billy, because I just told you I fired a warning shot with the same gun that I just gave you when you walked in
Would you
here.
mind telling me again how and when you got this gun?
All right. The assailant fired the weapon somewhere behind me. The gun flew across the floor. I picked it up, and I fired a single warning shot at him, but he got away.
Well, let's look at it like this. You came in here with your client when you found out, he found out that his girl was being hassled by the guy who tricked her into doing porn. And you hated this guy's guts.
Yeah, we'll find somebody who
You
didn't,
rushed
Billy.
in here acting like you were a cop and you got carried away when the scum provoked you.
Yo, why don't you just back off, Ryan, all right? The guy said he had a gun. The whole time he said he had a gun.
Well, why are you so sure he had a gun?
Well, Jenna felt it too, man. He could have killed me. He could have killed Jenna. He could have killed Ryan. It was self-defense.
Okay. Let's see if we can make this story fly.